What's up, everybody? My name is Godzi, and welcome back to another episode of Corpse Party Book of Shadows. Last episode, we continued with Chapter 5, Shangri-La, as Morishige met up with Mitsuki and Fukuroi, and they banded together to explore Heavenly Host, surprisingly not getting any bad ends that time. What the? Okay, that's something I can look at. That's weird. And we ended up running into one of the Byakudan students that we didn't ever meet before. I think her name was Emmy or something like that. The glasses chick. And she's kind of going a little nutty right now, and she just ran off, and I think Mitsuki and Fukuroi ran off after her too, so Morishige's alone again. Great. And now, of course, the next logical progression in the story is to play as Nari and Chihaya. Which, yeah, I guess they did have it. You kind of do have to show what ends up happening to them, or else that's, you know, a plot hole. Because we saw what happened to Nana, but we haven't seen what happens to these two yet. We've actually seen, like, most of the characters so far. We haven't seen the principal of Heavenly Host yet. We haven't even seen Yuka yet, I don't think, ever since the very, very beginning, which I don't really count, technically. I don't know why we haven't seen Yuka yet. We haven't seen Kazami or most of the Byakudan students yet either. But we've seen all the Musashigawa girls, all three of them. We haven't seen Shimoda yet either. I hope we see Shimoda. I love Shimoda. But whatever. We're playing as fucking Nari. And I'm not sure what we're supposed to do. I guess we can look at that. Looking for a friend, are you? You sure she's really your friend? Maybe you're the only one who thinks so. Ha 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 ha. I'm surprised that didn't increase my darkening. A decaying human head. I think I already read that. And I think I read that too. Okay, there's nothing in here to look at then. Let's explore, try to find Nana even though she's dead in the bomb shelter. So that's lovely. Nothing. So we go here. So how long until there's a hole in the floor? Probably not terribly long. There's a couple rooms that we could probably explore now. We haven't looked at the staff room yet, so I'm gonna try going there first. Because I don't know, well, the head's there, so this is like the same universe. Oh, hole. So we can't go there. Lovely. Okay, let's head down here then. Alright. Yeah, this has gotta be the same space that Mitsuki and Fukuroi were in. Since, well, the head is there. Which I was actually confused last episode why that didn't give me a name tag, but I guess the reason why it didn't is because we already got a name tag from it. From its full body upstairs. Okay, piece of paper. Anything else in here? Other than the piano. Piano. We can't even look at the cabinet. Alright. I'm dead now. All I've done since I got here is watch out for her. All I've done is protect her. I wish I hadn't bothered. Because in the end, she died too. Stupid. I'm going to kill her. Even though she's already dead. Kill her. Give me back my life, god damn it! Okay. Not sure who wrote that. Ah, what the hell? Sorry, I accidentally dropped my pouch on the piano. Well, how fucking convenient. Jeez, don't scare me like that. Okay, that... Does it do it again? No. It's an old piano, still seems to be in decent playable condition. There's nothing in here then. Let's go out here then. So what's down here? Staircase. Heard her. It's like the map says there's a staircase there. Alright, let's go up the stairs, see if there's anything up there. Not sure what the fucking end goal of playing as Nari of all characters is, but, you know, whatever. Zoom. Nothing. Alright. Maybe we can go to the art room. Or a different room. There's the other room on this floor that I don't think we were ever able to go into. I forget what it's called. The reference room. Okay. Apparently there's a reference room in the second wing. Alright, we can go in the art room, it appears. And there's no hole in the floor down there. Like there was when we played as Mitsuki. And Fukuroi, obviously. Okay, there's a canvas that we can look at. Is there still... Nope, that mess... The weird thing there is gone. Well, let's just look one at a time. Nothing in here seems particularly useful. That's the same thing. The canvas is blank, or it might be anyway. There seems to be a faint, almost imperceptible stain all across it, roughly in the shape of a human torso, but it might just be the lighting. That's lovely. The entire canvas is covered from corner to corner with realistic scale drawings of flies. Thousands upon thousands of them. That's weird. Not sure why you'd want to paint something like that. The inside of the cabinet is blood red throughout, as if someone very carefully painted it that way. Actually, wait, isn't that a tube of red paint inside, and it looks unopened? In fact, it looks completely untouched. There's not even the slightest indication that anyone has so much as moved that tube of paint in years. Which means this red coloring must be... blood. Herder. We haven't gotten our hands on a single item yet, which is surprising. Let's try going up to that reference room then. See if there's any point in there. Ugh! The dull, gloomy corridor suddenly lit up brightly for just a moment, and in that moment something became visible. What did? Ah! Hello. There, glinting in the dim light, sat what appeared to be a component from some electronic device. In contrast with everything else in the school, it seemed like a fairly recent item. A decade old at most, but likely much newer. What do you suppose this is?
I'm not really sure, but it kind of looks like a battery, maybe.
Maybe somebody brought a beefed-up phone or a game system in here. Somebody brought a game system in. Frickin', the guy from Byakudan, whose name I always forget. Might as well take it with us, I figured. Though if I gave it to Chihaya for safekeeping, it would no doubt wind up on the ground again somewhere, so I decided I'd just pocket the thing. Just as I was complaining about not getting an item, they give me an item. Cool. Given where we found the name tags of Nari and Chihaya in the first game, we're probably gonna have to go to the principal's office in this area. Okay, we can't go in the reference room at all. How lovely. I imagine we're gonna have to be able to go in there in a different chapter then, because we aren't able to go to the staff room or the reference room. And we weren't earlier either, so that's lovely. Okay, nothing else here. We can... I wonder if Headless Man's still here. If he is, he's supposed to be... Actually, he's supposed to be right here, so I guess he's not. There are no bodies at all right now. Okay, we can go in the girls' bathroom. How lovely. Okay, let's go in the girls' room then. See if there's anything there. If there's a hole that we can peek through, we shouldn't peek through it. We can't look at that piece of paper. There's nothing on the floor. No ropes or anything. The sink. There's an excessive amount of human hair jamming the drain, generating an intermittent sucking noise that makes it sound like it's gasping for air. The stench is indescribable and seems to have attracted thousands upon thousands of tiny bugs that have transformed the white basin into a black mass. Gross! Same thing. It's us. God, we look terrible. But then, we haven't eaten a thing since we got here. And we certainly haven't been able to rest for even a moment. What would be worse, being stuck in the world of Dr. Stone or the world of Corpse Party? I'd probably say Dr. Stone, because then there's a chance of survival. There's no indication of anyone occupying any of these stalls, yet every one of them seems to be locked from the inside. Every single one of them. Each of them has a different indicator, though. Okay. No point in being in here, then. Let's head downstairs. Check if we can go to the boys' room, because I haven't tried that yet. Oh, we can't go upstairs. The stairwell is packed tightly with desks. It won't be possible to get up to the 3rd floor from here. Well, there's no other way up to the 3rd floor. So what the heck? Alright, I guess we aren't supposed to go to the principal's office. Alright, all that's left is the boys' room. We haven't checked that. All we have is that battery. That's the only thing we have. And I don't think there's really anything else that we can look at. Oh, finally. Okay, something. The boys' room entrance is completely boarded up. There's no way to get inside right now. But there is a dead body. It's a thoroughly decomposed corpse. No name tag? Nope. Guess we'll talk to the spirit then. Do you know what lies beneath the school? It's a mire of agony and torment that can drive a man to madness with a single touch. Thanks? Okay. He's useless then. He's just like, hey, did you know that there's a bomb shelter underneath the school? Yeah? Of course I did. Okay, we've come full circle and there's nowhere to go. All we found was a dead body that didn't help us. A battery that assumedly doesn't help us. I went across the entire school. No, I have to fight the temptation to leave. We'll find Nana. She's not in here. Nope. What can this battery help me with then? Is the battery the only thing I have? Yep, just the battery. Where can that go? I can't think of a single place that would be able to go. Was there something in the music room or the art room that can be used on? Perhaps? Let's try going to the music room. Because the answer has to lie there. Or the art room. Oh! Is that Taguchi? On the other side of the hole, there was now a man collapsed on the ground. I couldn't see any obvious wounds on him, but he wasn't moving at all. It was hard to ascertain details in this dim light, but he seemed too big to be a middle schooler or high schooler, and he wasn't wearing a uniform. Yeah, that's Taguchi. Well, hey, finally something's happening. Who is that? Seems a bit too old to be a student.
Is he dead?
I don't know. Are you alright? Are you injured, maybe? Still no response. Maybe we should chuck something over there, or maybe that would be a bad idea.
Nari, look, this was lying on the floor over there.
A camera? Wonder if it's his. Oh, it was a fairly expensive looking DV camcorder, and a well-worn one at that, with things and chips all over it. Nonetheless, it looked like it probably still worked, but it doesn't have a battery. Ah! What is it this time? Oh great, Morishige time. Mayu, where have you gotten yourself off to? Mayu, I swear I heard your voice just a moment ago. You can't be far. You were singing about missing me. Are you okay? Have you been injured? Are you afraid? Are you lonely? Damn it, Taguchi, what the hell is keeping you? It's been well over an hour. I'm waiting here to exchange information with you when I could be out searching. Sorry, man, I died. Damn it. God damn it. Why has it come to this? Ah, Mayu, I don't care about anyone else. I just want you to be safe. Just you and I'll be happy. The hell are you looking at? In my agitated state, I kicked a pair of hallway slippers that was sitting on the ground nearby, and they flew right into the dead girl's face. What are you doing sitting in a place like that anyway? You're dead! You're not worthy of such an honored seat. You're an eyesore. What's that look? You think I'm strange? What gives you the right, you goddamn stiff? You're kind of an asshole, Morishige, granted. That's kind of been drilled into our minds at this point. I grabbed her jaw and began shaking it around, and was a bit startled by the sensation. It felt just like I was touching living flesh. Except this person was very, very cold. Cold as a statue. A statue covered in skin and muscle, but a statue nonetheless. What am I doing? Have I lost my mind? Why else would I be venting my anger at a dead body? I'm terribly sorry. I see now that your eyes have been sliced up. So you really weren't looking at anything, were you? What's wrong? Cat got your tongue? If I'd asked you this a few days ago, I've no doubt you'd have been able to voice your objections and slap me right in the face. Miss Arisa Kaida. Pity. Get it together, Sakutaro. If you keep this up, you'll never find Mayu. Besides, this poor girl is an unfortunate victim. She's done nothing wrong. Want to know a secret, Kaida? You're quite the looker right now, but you're just going to rot from here on out. Just rot and rot. You rot until your flesh gets all soft and mushy like soup. Your skin starts to stretch and sag, and your eyeballs spill out of your head like raw eggs. The smell you produce will be fouler than any toilet in every part of you. Your face, your mouth, your bowels will become maggot chow. But before that happens, yes, let's preserve that beautiful form of yours, shall we? You're a crazy motherfucker, Morishige, granted. That's obvious. I flipped my cell phone back on and switched it to camera mode, centering the lens on the lovely Miss Kaida. Her slashed and broken gaze was focused ahead of her at a downward-facing angle, yet in contrast to these injuries, she wore a peaceful expression on her face. Almost as if she were posing for me, just waiting for me to hit that shutter button. What a lovely visage. This will make a splendid picture. Superb! Have you ever heard of a French film called Un Chien Andalou? You remind me so much of it right now. Might I take another? You may just be more charming now than you were when you were alive. Yes, I think you must be. I mean, just look at that face. The line formed by those stiffened cheekbones. I'm sorry, but it's just so erotic. And those cuts on your wrist. I tried poking her wound with my finger and heard a moist, squishy sound as my fingertip was swallowed up. She'd gone cold, but I guess there was still some blood left in her. Either that or decomposition was already well underway. I pushed farther in, digging my finger through the gaps between her muscles until it struck something smooth and hard. Excuse me, while I, vomit. I've struck bone! This viscous chill belies the steadfast strength of the marrow within. It's almost sensual. As I drew my face into her forehead, a few particles of perfume scented a foul odor of sweat and sebum? Sebum? What is that word? That had heretofore been assaulting my nostrils. Sealed in a place like this, unable even to wash your hair. But you still found the time and energy to groom. How delightful. And yet, the smell of death and blood suits you so much better. So much better. What the hell have I been doing? Why have I been taking pictures of corpses? I suppose they do say stress is the real killer in situations like this, so anything I can do to relieve my built-up stress isn't so bad. Yes, it's all just happenstance. There happen to be corpses in here, so come to think of it, Taguchi was taking footage of the corpses in here as well, and he said he was doing it so he could file a police report. 1 hour has long since come and gone, perhaps it's time I search for him as well. It's entirely possible that he's met with Mayu and is accompanying her, after all, in which case standing around here will accomplish nothing. Okay, and then you go right there. Amidst the darkness of the corridors, I spotted human figures, living ones this time. 2 of them, Nari and Chihaya. Both female and both much younger than I. I approached them without making a noise or saying a single word to announce myself. What is it this time? Junior high, I'd guess, maybe 12 or 13 years old. One was clearly much more fear-prone than the other, as she'd wrapped herself around her companion's arm and was actively trying to hide behind her. She was looking in my general direction, but with the lighting as dim as it was, I had no idea whether or not she could see me. And while finding survivors in this land of the dead was a rare occurrence indeed, my focus was squarely on the man spread out farther down the hall. He was unconscious, possibly worse, and an uncrossable gap separated us, but I definitely recognized him. It was Taguchi. Is Mr. Taguchi dead? Was I concerned about him? Did I feel for him? Honestly, no. I felt nothing whatsoever at that moment. I was simply asking because I was curious. I'm normally calm and stoic, sure, but this seemed cold even by my standards. Did I really not care one way or another if he were dead? Hey, you know that guy. Not really. But you just said a name, didn't you? Here, I think this belongs to him. Give it a look. The girl handed me a beat-up DV camera. No doubt about it, this was the same one Taguchi had been looking into when I met him earlier. I took it without a word and immediately tried to turn it on, but to no avail, it had no power. Battery's dead. Doesn't seem like it'll be of much use anymore. I think we found its battery pack on the ground, too. Here, try it out. Okay. The hell is his problem? Okay, he says. What kind of social reject accepts a stranger's kindness like that? Not that I need thanks or anything, but still.
Nari!
Don't worry, he's not even listening. I placed the battery pack into the DV camera and immediately saw the red power light pop on. Still fully functional, by all appearances. Now we can check over the footage he's collected. So what are you two doing here?
Huh? Well...
We're looking for our friends Nana Ogasawara and Hikari Kirigami, fellow students from Musashigawa Junior High, and some others from the Senior High. My name's Nari Yamatoya, and this is Chihaya Yamase. I see, middle schoolers then. The litter of you two reminds me of Mochida's sister.
Huh?
I have no idea what you're talking about. You're a senior high student, right?
I'm looking for someone too. Her name is Mayu Suzumoto. Have either of you seen her?
You know, it's proper manners to introduce yourself before you start asking questions.
Oh, I'm terribly sorry. I'm Sakutaro Morishige, an 11th grader at Kisaragi Academy High School. Back to my question then. Have either of you seen Mayu? I have a picture of her here.
I flipped open Mayu's student ID to its photo page, almost as if I were a sheriff flashing my badge, but the responses from these two were not encouraging. They exchanged a quick glance with one another, then shook their heads. I don't think either of us have seen her, no.
I see, that's alright. There may be some clue as to her whereabouts in this camera.
I rewound the tape a bit and put the camera in playback mode. Immediately, horrifying imagery began displaying on the device's tiny LCD screen. Audio was irrelevant. It seemed like the only sounds on the tape were those of Taguchi's ragged breathing and footsteps, and his occasional self-mutterings. 90% of the video footage then consisted of dead bodies, while the remaining 10% was mostly just the camera auto-focusing in the dim light. Each body was shot from a variety of angles so their causes of death could be easily determined. Guess he really was planning on showing this to the police. The hell is this? It's nothing but dead bodies.
Get away! I don't want to see that!
The two nosy girls were peeking in on the video's contents over my shoulder, and neither seemed certain quite how to react.
Amazing. He really did a nice job with these. So many bodies I haven't seen yet. So many. They're like Shiel paintings. They're so beautiful. Still, his technique could be better. He does little to catch the viewer's eyes. There's too much restraint, too much distance. If it were me...
Nari.
Okay.
What's the matter?
Why exactly are you laughing?
Laughing? Am I laughing?
Yes, you're smiling and laughing, like you're having a grand old time.
Well, that's rather odd, isn't it?
Nari, let's...
Okay, I'm sorry, but we have to be going now.
Going? Where exactly?
Well, we were in the middle of searching for our friends.
What's your rush? Maybe there's something I can do to help.
That's quite alright. We'll handle it on our own. Goodbye now.
I think there must have been a misunderstanding. Maybe they thought I was some kind of pervert. Well, that's fine by me. It would be a pain in the ass to change their minds anyway. Besides, that was a rather fascinating reaction. I think I'll leave the camera here. It's Taguchi's eyes, after all. No one else could possibly feel what he felt from anything he caught on it. I want to keep taking in these surroundings with my own eyes, to keep feeling that what this school has to my... Allow me to repeat myself, to keep feeling what the school has to offer in my own personal way. I want my own collection, or I suppose I just want to possess the dead. I want to make them mine. Wait, what am I thinking? I should be searching for Mayu right now. These photos are just for stress relief. If I lost myself to despair before finding Mayu, she could be gone forever, and I mustn't let that happen. Yes, this is all just one step in the long process of finding her, and I certainly can't be mixing up a single step with my end goal. But I want to see more.
Oh boy, search mode. What's your darkening at? 40, just like usual. Taguchi is completely motionless. It's impossible to tell from here if he's dead, though, or simply unconscious.
Another earthquake?
After bracing myself for an indeterminate amount of time, the earthquake finally subsided. There's a candle shimmering here along with a note. Whatever you do, don't look behind you.
What happens if I do? I'm not gonna. Fuck you. Hi, Mitsuki. Okay, something bad happened. Fukuroi die?
Hey, stay back!
What's wrong? Where's Fukuroi?
Shut the hell up! I told you to stay back. You're in league with him, aren't you?
You seem confused. What happened, Yamamoto?
Don't touch me! There's blood on your hands! You really are? You really are?
You're mistaken. This is from examining a dead body earlier.
It's just as I thought then. How can you be so cavalier about touching corpses? You're not right.
There's no getting through to her in this state, it seems.
I won't be fooled. I won't be taken in by your lies anymore.
Alright, bye. She's certainly in a mood. Living humans are so irredeemably noisy. People need to understand the value of silence. Yamamoto? Gone already, is she? Well, okay. I should find some place to collect myself. That's right, I can always go back there. I almost forgot about taping that production of The Barber of Seville. I have to make sure I get home in time.
You're gonna die, dude. You're probably gonna have, like, the worst death possible. And here I was again. I pressed the button on my phone to shut off the second alarm I'd set. If this time display were accurate, then there was no chance of making it home in time to record the show for Mayu. I'll have to apologize to her later. I slid my finger naturally, almost automatically, from shutting off the alarm to opening my folder of saved photos. There was no sound in the room other than the tone of my button presses, and virtually no light other than that which shone from the LCD screen, or so it seemed anyway. Yet this was my rock. In this place I could truly relax. Here and here alone, I felt at peace. The air was filled with the overpowering aroma of blood and entrails. It would be enough to make most of people vomit, but for me it was a smell to savor. I'd even describe it as comforting. Yes, sure. Perhaps it's because it reminded me that I was in her presence. She who decorated the wall like a flower in full bloom when I sat across from her. I felt more at ease than I can possibly convey in words. That body again. That probably is Mayu, then. If that's the case, then her shirt must be beyond loose. It was as if she'd always be here for me, as if she were waiting for me. And sure enough, whenever I felt weary or needed respite, the door to this infirmary would always open for me, despite its tendency to the contrary. Oh, it's in the infirmary? Then yeah, it is Mayu, and the fact that it's torn open. Yeah, autopsy model. Yup, it's Mayu. Each time it did, too, I would always be drawn in as if the room were swallowing me up. My eyes would always happen upon this offering first. This girl upon the wall, slowly drying and slowly rotting, would always be there to greet me, and never once did I tire of the sight. I've sure taken a lot. So many photos of the dead. I'd begun talking to myself, or maybe I was talking to her. Within my phone's memory were stored some of man's most sensual, most voluptuous objets d'art, and she was the tip of the brush, the grand prelude. I'd amassed a whole other building's worth of beautiful sculptures to admire now, too. I was thrilled to bursting. Oh boy, this is the one. Fucking hell, he's freaky. This was the sculpture known as Mitsuki Yamamoto in life. Oh, but in death, she was my property. One of my many pieces of found art. So she died, great. Those spirited eyes, how now dulled and clammy. Those lips that spoke such harsh words, now stained with blood, her abdomen shredded, her innards exposed. So alluring, so captivating was she now. Wait. Oh, that body is Mitsuki then? That makes more sense than Mayu. I mean, even though Mayu did die getting torn open and turned into an autopsy model in the infirmary, if it's... There's one thing that makes it queerly hard to believe that it would be Mayu. And compared to Mitsuki, at least. Sometimes destroying that which is beautiful only serves to make it more beautiful. And truly this was the proof. Still, it is a shame. It was a shame that I could only gaze upon these gorgeous works of art within these school grounds.
Before returning home with Mayu, I need to erase every one of these photographs from my phone. They seem like such a waste. The world in which I once dwelled was far too narrow-minded to accept these masterpieces. It was often a hard place to call home. But as long as I had Mayu with me, I could endure. And to that end, this folder was an obstacle, a detriment, a hurdle to be overcome before I could rejoin the world of the living. I needed to delete it, to put it all behind me. Well, I'm sure it'll be fine. If I do it after I get back. Okay. Then a music oh! Okay, that's the end of it then. Well, shit. Chapter 5 clear! That was half an hour. Chapter 6 Meyer is now playable. Oh my fucking god, 4 of them. Tetsuya Kakihara, Tsubasa Yonaga, Haruka Tomatsu, and Taira Kikumoto. Soulful Testimonies unlocked in bonus menu. I'm gonna guess probably Morishige, Mitsuki, Fukuroi. Oh, achievement unlocks Simple Pleasures. I wouldn't say that's a very simple pleasure. It shouldn't be a pleasure in the first place. I accidentally went to options. Oh yeah, I forgot to say this. I actually got the Seisho Survivor achievement when I started up the game. So yeah, I wasn't recording when I got that, but I got it, and I figured I would get it anyways. Okay, Soulful Testimonies. So, who do we have? Yep, we have Morishige. Oh, Kurosaki. Okay, I thought it would be Nari or something. Man, we don't have very many left. Naomi, Yuka, Ayumi, Kazami, for sure. No idea. Probably... Well, it's gotta be another Byakudan soon if that's Kazami. No idea, no idea. Alright, let's get through these. Let's start with Morishige. You did it! Thanks, Morishige, you fucking asshole. I sure did it. This is Tetsuya Kakihara, voice of Sakutaro. It's quite the feat you've accomplished, passing my chapter. Yes, you've cleared it alright. Great work, everyone, in completing this horrific, frightful scenario. Oh, yeah, it was horrific, alright. This Morishige being Morishige. Great work indeed, playing alone in a dark room, headphones on, I trust. You must be very strong-willed to pull that off. It's scary, you know. Not a dark room, but I do have headphones on, because that's the only way I can record this properly. Even just reading the script, I was thinking how truly terrifying it would be to play this game alone. And I wanted more than anything to convey that fear through my performance. Well, I'm sure you did. Morishige's a crazy ass. I was so happy for another chance to voice Sakutaro, and I put everything I had into it. I hope so. I'm also a huge fan of Corpse Party, you see, and I hope it becomes a viable franchise with more and more sequels. I think it has more games. For now, you'll just have to play this one over and over again, and for the next installment, well, I'm hoping things can be fully animated and such. That'd be cool, I guess. And with enough effort, I believe that dream can become a reality. So I'd ask that you please keep on supporting Corpse Party from here on out. Until we meet again, well played, my friends, well played. Thank you, Morishige. Alright, time for Kurosaki. Hello, everybody, this is Tsubasa Yonaga, the voice of Kensuke Kurosaki. I did nothing. Didn't think I'd be making another appearance in the series, so I'm actually pretty thrilled to be here. Though more than anything, I'm just happy to be alive this time. Yeah, it's great to see Kurosaki alive, isn't it? Brightens my day. Yeah, you showed up for, like, one part and then disappeared, so you might not be alive. I hope he could serve as a little ray of sunshine for you amidst the ghoulish night that is Corpse Party, and I hope I get to play him again. Fingers crossed for more Kurosaki in the future. Please? Anyway, do enjoy the rest of the game, everyone. This was Tsubasa Yonaga, voice of Kensuke Kurosaki. Alright, that was a short one, as expected. Time for Mitsuki's Haruka Tomatsu.
Good afternoon, everyone. Oh, and good evening and good morning, too.
Well, you got afternoon right.
This is Haruka Tomatsu, voice of Mitsuki Yamamoto. It was quite a change of pace for me to take on a horror game.
I believe it. And go on.
It's scary. Really scary. When I was in the booth, I started getting chills. My body was getting weak. And I kind of felt like I was going to get sucked in. I wanted to run.
That makes sense, I guess.
It's like everything was so realistically depicted. It made me really tense during my performance.
Okay, yeah. I can believe it. You probably did a lot of screaming.
I personally love horror games, though. And as a fan myself, I really hope you're able to have a lot of fun with this one.
Had some fun.
Oh, and this was also the first time I'd ever used a dummy head mic. Made after recording a real treat, let me tell you.
Okay.
That dummy head makes for some really realistic, frightening 3D sound, you know? I hope you enjoyed hearing it as much as I did.
Oh yeah, that's what you mean.
Thank you very much for listening. This was Haruka Tomatsu.
Well, the surround sound does get very, what's the word?
Fuck, what is the word?
It gets very unsettling at times when you just hear, like, I don't remember what scene it was, but there was like a fly or something, and it was just going left and right, and it was fucked up. Taira Kikumoto. Congratulations on clearing the chapter. This is Taira Kikumoto, voice of Masato Fukuroi. I got my eyes stabbed out. Corpse Party. Really scary, right? Not really. I was creeped out just reading the script. A little while ago, I was doing some final readings in a coffee shop, and one of the employees was staring at me like I was crazy. I think the fear must have been clearly visible on my face. I probably shouldn't go back there for a while. So continue. This game is filled with raw emotion, and if you ever decide you want to be scared out of your wits again, just play through it another 2 or 3 times. Okay. Anyway, thank you very much. Yeah, some of them have really long ones, but others are super short. Like, there was one that I remembered that was so fucking dummy long. It was like, I think it was either Shishido's or Satoshi's, but it was so long. And then one's like, oh no, Tsukasa's was stupid long, wasn't it? I don't even know. But whatever, how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So there's 7 more. Still 3 Kisaragi students. And we're only 36 minutes in, so I'm gonna end the episode. No, I'm not. I'm gonna start the next one. So we only have 3 more left. Mire, Tooth, and Blood Drive, and then we jump straight into the bonus episode, so that's good. Mire. So who's this gonna star? Because last time it was basically Morishige. Yuka. Well, that makes sense. She's like the last Kisaragi character. Oh, the science lab.
Where am I?
The first thing I saw when I opened my eyes was the ceiling of a dark, gloomy room with flickering, uncovered light bulbs. The random bursts of light they shone were so dim that they only just barely lit up the wood grain on the ceiling enough to see patterns in it.
Ow.
The back of my head hurt in the same way it would if someone had just pulled my hair really hard. I couldn't do anything about it though, so I just frowned and waited for it to subside.
Yeah.
I wondered if I hit my head somewhere.
I can't remember a thing.
I suddenly realized that my feet weren't touching the ground, and there was a cold sensation all along my back. I must have been lying down on a hard surface, like the floor. I tried to move, but both my arms and both my legs had gone to sleep, and they wouldn't budge. I just have to keep lying here until they woke up. I gave up on moving and instead just stared up at the gloomy ceiling again.
I don't like it. The wood grain looks like a person's face.
I knew it wasn't actually a person, but it really did look like one, and he was glaring down at me with a hateful expression. It was creepy.
Why does it look familiar? Where have I seen that face before?
Oh, that was it. It looked like the Scream. Ah, that Munch painting we studied in class. Except this face was screaming in anger. He hated me.
I'm really starting to get scared now.
If only Big Brother were here with me. He'd just pat my head and laugh and tell me how silly I was being.
Oh yeah, where is Big Brother?
I was still a little disoriented, but I turned and twisted my head as best as I could manage to see if I could find him anywhere nearby. Why was I sleeping in a place like this anyway? And why wasn't Big Brother at my side like he always was?
I remember bringing Big Brother his umbrella, then doing some kind of charm with his friends, and then I was in an old school building. And then Big Brother and I were looking all over for a bathroom so I could go pee, and we got separated.
Oh, we're already past that point?
Big Brother.
How did Satoshi let you actually fucking get separated this time? Because he should know everything that's going on. Why were we in the school to begin with? Maybe the charm failed and this was our punishment? Maybe I was the one who messed it up. I probably shouldn't even have been there. And if I hadn't asked him to help me try to find a bathroom, we wouldn't be separated right now. I should have just held his hand and not let go. I could have lasted a little longer without peeing. Then we'd still be together.
What happened to me after that?
You probably ran into Kazami. Oh, I know what's going on now. You got caught by Kazami.
That's right. I finally found a bathroom, but when I went inside, there were people hanging in there. Lots of them. Eek! I was so freaked out, I went back into the hall and collapsed onto the floor, and then I was talking with someone. It was a boy who'd gotten separated from his little sister, I think.
Yep, that's Kazami, who doesn't actually have a little sister.
He said he'd help me find Big Brother. His name... That's right, his name was Yuya Kazami. It hurts. It really hurts. Why can't I move? Why?
I then realized that I couldn't see my arms. Where were they? Why weren't they at my sides? They were still numb too, so I couldn't feel where they were either. But I tried my best to move them anyway. Did he fucking cut off your arms or some shit?
That sounded like rope. Am I tied up?
I thought maybe the reason I couldn't feel my arms or legs and couldn't move was because I was tied up really tight and it was cutting off my circulation.
Come on, move!
With some effort, I was finally able to move my fingertips. I started feeling everything I could. Grateful even for this little bit of reassurance.
Yeah, I feel something!
The rope around my wrist had been tied up tight and looped many times over. And with the circulation trickling back into my hands, it was really painful.
It hurts! It hurts!
I was so scared it felt like I'd forgotten how to breathe.
Somebody's coming.
The footsteps were echoing from out in the hallway. They stopped right in front of this room.
Big Brother? Big Brother!
I wriggled in place and screamed as loud as I could. I didn't even care about the old splintery rope cutting into my wrists and ankles anymore.
Big Brother! Big Brother, save me! It's Yuka! I'm right here! Save me, please!
And this is probably Kazami. You shouldn't writhe around like that. The ropes will just hurt you that much more. Yep, I figured. Hi, welcome back, Kazami. You're a crazy ass. My apologies for the long wait. It's so dark in here, you must have been terrified. Oh yeah, she is just straight up tied up. Book of Shadows, Episode 6, Meyer. That face is unsettling.
Kazami!
Are you alright, Yuka? He was looking at me with a caring, sympathetic smile on his face. He seemed to be really concerned about me.
Please, save me! When I came to, I was all tied up.
You were indeed, and I'm the one responsible for that. I wanted to make sure I never got separated from my dear little sister ever again.
Huh? Little sister?
You, of course. That's why I had to tie you down, so you wouldn't ever leave me.
Why? Kazami? Are you joking with me?
Why, you ask? What a silly question. I already told you, because you're my little sister. What part of that don't you understand?
I don't understand it at all. I'm not...
Well, you are still just a child, so maybe you're simply too young to comprehend. But worry not, your big brother will tell you all about it.
Kazami!
We're siblings after all, we simply have to reach an understanding. His eyes looked like they were staring far off into the distance, like he was in a trance.
I'm scared, big brother, I'm scared!
Why was he doing this? Why did he tie me up? And why did he look so happy about it? I didn't get any of it. Every hair on my body was standing on end. I was terrified.
Isn't there any way I can escape?
The corners of my eyes were on fire. I couldn't stop myself from crying. Tears were flowing down my face like a waterfall. Christ. Voicing Yuka is just, you know, weird. Kazami smiled, then reached out and touched my cheek. His hand was ice cold. It was like there was no blood flowing through it at all, like the hand of a dead person. I've been waiting so long for you to wake up. Now, show me that spark of life. Put everything you've got into it and cry for me, Yuka. Cry as loud as you can. He slowly and hesitantly took his hand off my cheek, then began walking around me toward my feet. Then he gently grabbed my skirt with one hand and drew a knife from his breast pocket with the other. Oh boy. It's showtime!
Yeah.
There, just like that. That's the voice I've been longing to hear and the face I've been longing to see. It's only when one's terror and hopelessness reaches their peak that the soul truly shines. I want to see more. Direct more of that at me. Yuka, I know you're capable of shining even brighter. Well, don't you worry. Your big brother will help reveal that light. covered in blood and writhing in pain. Oh, true suffering is a far, far prettier sight than this. What's wrong, Yuka? This is no time to rest. The fun is only just beginning. Oh, so why don't you try calling me Big Brother?
Big brother, save me. Big brother, please, come save me.
What are you saying, Yuka? Your big brother is right here. Look, right in front of your eyes.
No, my big brother is...
The panic and fear just kept getting more overpowering. I think I was hyperventilating. But Kazami showed no mercy. Instead, he reached out and grabbed my neck.
Living rabbits really do make far too much noise.
Can't breathe.
What a thin neck you have, so soft and supple. I can feel your carotid artery and your cervical vertebrae perfectly. These muscles, this curvature, so sensual, like it was made for my hand.
Of course, we go straight from fucking Morishige's chapter to Kazami's chapter, because, well, more like Yuka's chapter, but still, fucking Kazami's crazy.
Is it painful? It must be painful. What was that? This is your fault, you know. I'm your only big brother around here.
With that, he let go of my neck, but then hastily pulled the knife in his hands right up to my face. He made sure I could see every inch of it clearly, and he just held it there, slowly turning it for what felt like an eternity.
Have you gotten a good look at it, Yuka?
The knife was stained with red splatter marks. No, not even red, just dark. It wasn't a color I knew well, but there was only one thing it could have been.
Blood!
Oh, this! No need to worry. Kurosaki dirtied it a bit, but it still cuts like new.
Ah!
I was shivering so hard I could feel my teeth vibrating. A chill ran through every part of me, as if I were so afraid that it had actually lowered my body temperature. The chattering coming from inside my mouth was getting louder and louder, to such an extent that even I was getting distracted by it.
What a lovely face. My little sister is doing an excellent job, but her clothes are in the way.
Don't make me, Kazami. Don't fucking make me. Kazami. Fuck you. Cool, now I gotta speed back through all of that. You know what? I can't fucking handle that today. That's just stupid. Yeah, next episode I'll continue with that mess. I'm not in the fucking mood for Kazami being a retard just like Morishige was. I should have saved at least, but whatever. I'll just speed through it at the beginning of next episode. But whatever, that's gonna be it for this episode, guys. If you liked it, be sure to press the like button. And if you didn't like it, then fuck you too. Remember to subscribe, follow me on Twitter, and hit that notification bell to stay up to date on all my videos and stuff. And as always, my name is Godzi, and I will see you all next time. Goodbye!